Hi, everyone. This is Bill Hultquist with the MasterMind To Personal Power management team, bringing you strategies for success in a new economy. Every major event or movement in life or history has a major tipping point, a point beyond which man cannot move forward without taking a stand or a position. This determined act of faith and courage, once made, forever changes the lives of all who participate. We are at just that moment again, and your decision today will have an irreversible impact on everything you do the rest of your life. Our United States of America came into existence when three courageous men recognized that oppression from a foreign country could no longer be tolerated. These men organized a mastermind group from which the First Continental Congress was formed, leading to the Declaration of Independence and the freedoms we are blessed with today. If John Hancock, Samuel Adams, and John Lee had not acted when called on by the events of history, we would probably still be a British colony today. Now, there is a phenomenal challenge developing that threatens the very foundation of our freedoms, fought for courageously by so many men and women during our history. This challenge is being brought to bear upon us through our inattention to the personal agendas of those we have elected to office to represent us, who are in fact representing themselves and their personal agendas. Our country and our government has lost control of its destiny to be the greatest in the world. We have allowed a system of taxation and spending to take control away from our elected officials. They are powerless to get the spending monster under control without sweeping reforms and a balanced budget amendment that could be years away from coming into existence. In the meantime, here is what's happening to our middle class. The last 10 years have been a lost decade for the average American family. The U.S. stock market is 20% lower than it was 10 years ago. U.S. households have lost more than $25 trillion over the last 10 years, amounting to more than $85,000 for every man, woman, and child in this country. The baby boomers alone have lost more than a quarter of their collective net worth. Even the wages that U.S. workers earn at their jobs are declining. And with less money in our pockets, the American family is faced with rising prices everywhere we turn. Since 2000, health insurance is up 69%. College tuition has doubled. Food prices are near all-time highs, and it now costs 48% more to fill up your tank. The very foundation of the American dream is that we become wealthier and more secure as the years go by. But instead, with each new year, we are falling further behind. The American people are perplexed and unprepared to grasp the urgency of the situation because they have been compromised by the out-of-control mass hysteria to get their fair share of the American dream, even if they did nothing to earn it. Our new entitlement society looks nothing like the America our forefathers flocked to, looking for economic, political, and religious freedom. However, and I emphasize however, there are millions of us who believe the best days of America are not behind us. There are millions of us who believe the best days of America are not behind us. There are millions of us that understand and respect the values and principles that our great country was founded upon. And we desire a return to leadership of uncompromising quality and courage. Principle-centered leadership focused on the right thinking and not on ideology. figuring out what will be best for the American people and moving forward courageously to reestablish an entrepreneurship-oriented economy to recreate a sense of accomplishment in the minds and hearts of all citizens of this great country. We need to revisit the John Kennedy approach and ask again what we all should be doing for our country. In the meantime, if you think there is nothing you can do to precipitate this turnaround, think again. Rather than worrying and doing nothing, here is a proposal for you to consider that can be initiated today. What if you started today to get involved in a movement that will help everyone who joins it to make a substantial secondary income starting at $15,000 a year or more, with the likelihood of becoming $150,000 annually or more within 5 months? What if your trusted connections got involved as well and suddenly saw their secondary income soar to $15,000 or more, and so forth? What if your trusted connections involved their trusted connections in this new economic wealth generating system? Could we change the economy if 1 million people were making $15,000 a year or more additional residual income? What if 100 million agreed to get involved? What would our economy look like then? And what's keeping us from creating this new economy? What if you realized that just like in the days of the Continental Congress, without your leadership, trust, and support, this new economy would not come into existence? We are at the same seminal turnaround moment as our founding fathers, except the enemy is different, but just as evil. What would our country look like today if our founding fathers hadn't taken any action? What will our country look like after this decade if we don't take action now? It's up to you and your connections to take the actions today to begin the turnaround. Every great movement requires its own Continental Congress, and you are being called to become a leader in this new movement. Your connections alone could provide the stimulus to get thousands back and working in the very near future. We can't change all the economic factors disrupting our economy overnight. But with your support, we can create enough wealth in this country to create new spending leading to new jobs and opportunities. You and I have a crucial role to play, and we need to get started today by signing up and getting this message out to all of our connections. Imagine this nation once our middle-class families have reestablished their abundant lifestyles. The time is now. We can do this by supporting one another and getting into immediate action. If you're tired of the direction our nation is going, sign up now and you can play a role in personally turning the economy around. Let's stop whining about our situation and take powerful action together. So here's your personal startup plan. Join the MasterMind To Personal Power. Become a member today. You'll be receiving your customized website tomorrow. And then you'll be able to mail an invitation to all your contacts, inviting them to view this message on your personal website. While you're doing that, invite your top 10 people in your own network personally to view your website. And do it by making a direct phone call to each of them. Schedule and request a follow-up phone meeting to discuss their perceptions of this business and the solution. They're as sick as you are about what's going on in this country, and everyone really, truly wants to get involved. So here's the MasterMind To Personal Power program. We have a simple, straightforward compensation plan. we have a personal and business development system. And this is all brought together through a mastermind format to ensure your and every one of your members their personal success. Politicians can build a bridge or resurface a road, and that's good. But only we, the people, can stand up and do something that will help each other, our country, and our economy. We need to rekindle the entrepreneurial spirit in each of us. We can all get involved by bringing this message to our direct connections. We all want to be connected to a movement that can have a monumental impact on turning around our economy. So let's get started now. And finally, in the words of our great President, John F. Kennedy, I quote, "We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans, born in the last century, tempered by war, disciplined by hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed, and to which we are committed today at home and around the world. In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of mankind. Finally, whether you are citizens of America or citizens of the world, ask of us the same high standards of strength and sacrifice which we ask of you. With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking His blessing and His help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own." End of quotation. Your time is now. Make the best use of it and join our cause now. Click the join button and let's get rolling together. This is Bill Hultquist with the MasterMind to Personal Power Management Team, thanking you for your participation today.